After a 4-1 demolition of the Bundesliga champions, things are looking exciting at Arsenal, with Mikel Merino's Gunners looking more fluid than ever before. Today we're going to break down all the new components to our attack, discuss why the new role for Kai Havertz takes us to a new level. We'll find out the breaking development regarding the future of Mikel Merino, and reveal Mikel Merino's new secret tactic used in pre-season. Yo, what is going on guys? My name is Baz14, welcome back to your boys channel, and we are one game away from the start of the Premier League. Things are getting interesting. So as per, smash a like on the video if you enjoy and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are on the road to 300,000 subscribers and you guys have been smashing the support recently. But starting off with what we learned from Arsenal 4 by Leverkusen 1. Xabi Alonso versus Mikel Merino. A battle at the Emirates of two former childhood friends, alongside a return for Granit Xhaka. There was a lot to break down in the Arsenal lineup before the game, from David Raya returning in goal to likewise William Saliba, Havertz once again in midfield, and Trossard starting over Gabriel Martinelli. In a game that was meant to be difficult, against a side that had only conceded 15 open play goals last season, the best record in all of Europe, Arsenal were cruising 2-0 in just 10 minutes. That despite losing the game on field tilt, with Leverkusen having 53%, Arsenal had the far higher XG, despite only having 44% of the possession. Less final third entries but more expected threat created. This was a potent Arsenal attacking performance. Fluid on both sides, equally threatening. A real promising looking balance to our side. In a game that we saw the reunion of Arsenal's former left hand side, Zinchenko, Xhaka and Martinelli after the game, the real MVP in this game was our new left hand side, spearheaded by the man of the match Kai Havertz, with 2 assists and 1 goal, a whopping 8.8 rating. In 71 minutes, he had 16 passes completed, 2 key passes and 1 big chance created. On paper, once again starting as a left number 8, but in the actual game producing a lot more than that, shown perfectly by his heat map playing all over the pitch, with the key aspect being the runs in behind. Despite starting in midfield, the role of Havertz was more of a striker, stretching play in behind with dynamic runs, opening up more space for technical players like Trossard and Jesus to thrive. The perfect example being the first goal. Look at Havertz's run here, the furthest Arsenal player found by Zinchenko. It all goes back to Mikel Merino's idea of unpredictability. Building a team full of players comfortable in every single zone, we are now able to catch teams off guard. Despite starting as a midfielder, Havertz is not doing midfield things. The reason it works is because he's next to more technical players, Zinchenko, Trossard and Jesus, the perfect complement to Havertz's profile, able to thrive in the spaces that he creates, shown perfectly by Jesus' goal. Havertz makes a selfless run in behind, opening up space for Gabriel Jesus to profit in. Then seeing him thrive in the second half playing as a striker, scoring a poacher's goal assisted by Granit Xhaka, seeing him bully a 6'4" Jonathan Tah. This is why I'm so excited for Havertz this season, looking sharper, more confident and more adapted, having scored 13 league goals last year, despite having half day with no confidence. Now that he's acclimatized, I wonder how many goals he's going to score. Surely it's going to be more than 30. As Mikel Merino says after the game on the Havertz and Jesus partnership, it's natural it flows, there's a good chemistry between Kai and Gabriel, as well with Leo, it's a trio. They have the false line profile, I like what I saw. You have to be very sensitive to read the information that these players are giving you. It's the fact he mentions Leandro Trossard, another star Arsenal performer with an 8.0 rating, starting over Gabriel Martinelli in 82 minutes, 2 shots on target, 2 successful dribbles, 2 key passes and 3 ground balls won, with outrageous composure for his goal. The reason why he's starting over Martinelli is how comfortable he is in the tight spaces, with the main issue for last year being up against mid-blocks, with Havertz being that surprise outlet. Trossard's technical ability becomes that much more useful. But the trio only becomes complete when you talk about Gabriel Jesus. As Mikel Merino says, the first feeling when I saw him in summer was it was something different. I could sense it, the energy with Gabriel was different. The way he looks is different, the way he moves is different. He looks very good. Spending all summer training with Brazilian teammate Neymar, working on his knee issues to fully recuperate. The difference we're seeing from Jesus is physicality, looking more comfortable in his actions and more decisive. In this game he dropped a 7.3 rating in the first half. 1 goal scored from 1 shot on target. 4 accurate passes and 1 key pass, alongside 4 ground balls won. This could be Arsenal's surprise package of the season. Able to play on the left and right hand side, form a fantastic partnership alongside Kai Havertz, alongside extra hunger to go out there and make an impact, with the physical edge to beat his players and burst past them again. In a video all about the left hand side, how can we not talk about the left back itself? Arsenal's new number 17 Alexander Zinchenko, all but confirming his stay at Arsenal for the summer. Zinchenko says the number 17 is a very special number to me. It was a number I wore as a young player, and I've always requested to wear 17 when I was playing for my country. Vacated by Cedric Suarez, taken by Zinchenko, this performance again will stand out. A 7.6 rating and only 45 minutes played. 4 out of 5 ground balls won, 21 accurate passes and 1 accurate long ball. With all the talk that Arsenal have moved past his profile, in the first 6 minutes it was a reminder. Looking at how involved Zinchenko was for the first Arsenal goal, dictating every part of our tempo, breaking the lines 3 separate times. We all know about the conversations of him being a defensive liability, but with the arrival of Ricardo Calafiori alongside Tomiyasu and Timber, in games that we need to be defensive we now have the ability to do so. But when it comes to breaking the lines in those tough, tight games, Zinchenko is still one of the best ball progressors in world football, meaning his profile cannot be discounted. I have heard some Arsenal fans ask to play him higher up in midfield, but for me that doesn't work. While his profile when it comes to progressing the ball is fantastic, to play as a number 8 you also have to be a fantastic receiver, something that we've never seen Zinchenko do. But in a game that we saw so many experienced first team players, we have to talk about the young ones as well. A change in Mikel Merino's approach, trusting young players deep into pre-season. With the introduction of Miles Kelly and Ethan Nwaneri, we once again got another reminder. These are young players that are not only technically gifted, but surprisingly ready physically, with the intriguing use of Miles Kelly once again as the inverted fullback, able to help Arsenal form a diamond in the build-up phase. Cast your minds back to Arsenal's last game of last year's Champions League group stage, having already qualified for the knockout stages. Despite Lewis Kelly and Nwaneri being on the bench, Mikel Merino chose not to use them, with many fans after the game being very critical. The standout thing was what Miles said after the game, posting an Instagram post saying, "I'm patient, it's a process. Keep continuing and working hard." Patience pays off because now he's a part of the Arsenal first team squad. Mikel Merino is no longer scared to use him. Likewise the case with Ethan Nwaneri. Another razor sharp performance off the bench. Technical qualities that slap you straight in the face. Seeing how comfortable he is in every single action, how aggressive he is to go and make things happen. There was a telling quote from Mikel Merino after the game. Having been hugely impressed by Nwaneri and Lewis Kelly, if they continue like they are, it's not going to have any difference whether they came from the academy or if we signed them from Argentina, Germany or Italy. We're not putting any restrictions, it's the opposite. From a potentially world-class inverted fullback to a technically elite number 8 that's able to play on both sides, Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Kelly could save Arsenal up to £100 million. Moving on to the Mikel Merino update. Even though the left-hand side has worked during pre-season, it looks like Mikel Merino is still looking to add his final piece, Real Sociedad's Mikel Merino. Whereas Fabrizio Romano confirms Arsenal remain in active talks to complete the Merino deal. Merino has agreed personal terms with Arsenal, with clubs working on the deal structure and payment terms over a €25 million fee. Atletico and Barca have been already informed of Merino's desire to join Arsenal. The fact that we're not talking about the payment structure is very promising. These are the final stages of the deal as we saw with Ricardo Calafiori. An agreement for €25 million could be a bargain, but let's just say the plot is thickening. Because an Sociedad midfielder also has Martin Zubimendi. Liverpool have made their move and they are now trying to sign that player, reportedly costing up to €60 million. With Merino potentially going to Arsenal, how would that affect the deal? Well, here was the Sociedad squad for the next game in pre-season. A list that included Martin Zubimendi, but without Mikel Merino. As Fabrizio says, he's not been called up the Sociedad squad as Arsenal talks are ongoing. Advanced discussions but the deal structure and payment terms are still to be clarified. Arsenal are doing exactly what they've done with Ricardo Calafiori, showing market authority to negotiate the lowest price possible, confirmed with the reliable team using ticks. Arsenal are trying to get the price down as low as possible for Merino, having had the players' agreement and other clubs essentially given up. The figures that were being put are what we've offered are way off the mark. Then we got another promising update, this time coming straight out of Spain, saying Arsenal are expected to close the deal for Mikel Merino in the coming days. The player is waiting for the move of his life, with Merino's camp hope for Sociedad negotiate well and don't exceed the €25 million valuation of the midfielder. As one incoming gets closer, we also have news on a potential departure. 5 years to the day after Arsenal signed Kieran Tierney, he was not listed whatsoever in the Arsenal squad in their recent matchday programme. That indicates his Arsenal future is all but over. Despite getting injured in Euro 2024, he did of course play 20 times last year on loan at Real Sociedad, so I wonder if Arsenal could use him in a deal. We've also got another departure that's all but done. Fabrizio Romano confirming that Kyle Heine is set to leave Arsenal on loan to join Spanish side Real Valladolid until the end of the season, with his salary being fully covered by the Spanish club, which is very intriguing because of the future of Aaron Ramsdale, returning to full Arsenal training after Euro 2024. Heine has been the player that's been playing in his absence, but if he is to leave, how is that going to affect Ramsdale's future? Especially from the recent news of David Ornstein, an exclusive confirming the Crystal Palace are ready to sanction a move for Sam Johnston after the goalkeeper's asked to go. With Mark Guehi also leaving for nearly £60 million, they're going to have money to spend. One can only wonder, will they move for Aaron Ramsdale? But what about the departure of Eddie Nketiah? And as someone that has been chased by Marseille constantly, let's just say things have been happening. After reports in France confirmed they had now turned their attentions to Ali Wahi instead, Loic Tanzi then confirmed that Wahi wants to join Marseille. He is now Marseille's priority, which was quickly shut down by his current club RC Lens, not willing to sell the player to a French rival. Fabrice Hawkins then confirmed Marseille are turning their attentions back to Eddie Nketiah after their failed attempt for Wahi, with Arsenal still asking for €25 million. The question is, are Arsenal going to lower their valuation? Well, according to Santiago Una, Arsenal are understood to be more flexible in their valuation of Nketiah now, and have opened the door for the player to leave for Marseille. It's now in Marseille's hands whether they want to move for the forward or not, and let's just say they've made their move. Because as Fabrizio Romano understands, Marseille have sent a new bid to Arsenal for Eddie Nketiah. Negotiations have restarted and Nketiah remains keen on a move to Marseille. Attracted by the project, Marseille are happy to return in talks, but they're only going to advance at their own conditions. To me, this feels like a deal that's going to happen, especially with Nketiah's personal desire, trying to get first-team football elsewhere. As the Gunner block confirms, attacking reinforcements at Arsenal most likely depend upon the further outgoings. If Eddie is to leave, for me, Arsenal are going to sign a forward. Then it becomes a question of who. A proper goal-scoring striker like Victor Gyökeres, or maybe even a pacey winger from Bayern Munich. With a recent report from Florian Plettenberg, Bayern Munich are now open to loaning Kingsley Coman, with an optional obligation to buy. Moving on to the other Arsenal news today. Starting off with fitness updates on Jurrien Timber and Ricardo Calafiori. Both players not involved in the Arsenal squad for Bayer Leverkusen, as Mikel Merino clarified after the game. Timbers had a little discomfort in his foot in the last few days. After all the times being out, he did not want to take any risks. When you miss an entire year via an ACL, this for me is completely normal. Nothing for Arsenal fans to be worried about. Likewise in the case for Ricardo Calafiori, who, as Mikel Merino says, in regard to Ricardo, so much has happened in 1 week. He's coming to a new environment with different methodology and different training. So we're managing him and want to do it slowly and the best way possible. Hopefully he will be available to play some minutes on Sunday. In Arsenal's second game of the Emirates Cup, a game against Lyon, our final game before the return of the Premier League, here's how I expect us to line up. Once again, Raya on goal with a back four of White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko. A midfield of Havertz, Rice and Odegaard, with Trossard, Jesus and Saka as a front three. The new season is getting closer and closer, and for Mikel Merino it's going to be a gargantuan one. After back-to-back years in second place, fighting for a title getting closer, as the Bayer Leverkusen manager Xabi Alonso said, Mikel is competitive, he's always been a competitive animal, always willing to go above and beyond for victory, tried any little thing possible. So much so that, as The Athletic confirmed, Arteta recently brought in professional pickpockets during a recent dinner with the Arsenal players. These pickpockets then went out to take phones, wallets, etc. After the meal, Mikel Merino asked the players to empty their pockets, revealing several missing items. This was a lesson in importance of always being alert and prepared. In a year where a lot of Arsenal fans are saying the word must, a trophy or maybe a title, according to Isan Khan, the Arsenal owner Josh Kroenke texted Mikel Merino last summer, joking that it was the club's turn next to win a title. Of all 6 KC teams, only Arsenal in the Premier League remains to complete the syndicate. Approaching 2024-25, I've got one question for you guys. What is your non-negotiable for Mikel Merino this season? That is the video there and there. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy on all of his social medias, then the links are down below in the description. But that was the latest episode of the Transfers FC. After a massive win against Leverkusen, we've got another game against Lyon, the final game for the start of a new season. Hopefully we soon get a Mikel Merino. Here we go. Stay tuned as always, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Good night.